Hey friends, Below Average Utah Dad here. First of all, I want to say thanks, everybody. Everybody's been showing a lot of support. I appreciate you checking out my videos. Appreciate all the new subscribers. It's been good, and I really appreciate that. I wanted to do one of my videos. I haven't done one in a while, and I wanted to. Sorry, talking about this is kind of hard. Talking about being a dad, being a man. I'm sitting here in the parking lot waiting for my daughter, who got accepted to youth court. Thank you, everybody that supported her in that. You guys know that's part of why I started my channel, was to help support her by trying to make enough money to pay for my hobbies. And that way I can put more money towards her eventual education. However I can, because she wants to go to law school. Anyways, so I was thinking about some things today. I'm struggling looking at the camera because this is a serious topic, and it's kind of sucks to be a man sometimes, to be a dad. I love being a dad. But we don't have people to go to. And that really sucks. I know that there's lots of resources that are out there that say you can come to us and you can talk to us and, be open with us. But mental health, support groups, friends, men struggle with that. I struggle with it. I struggle with feeling accepted. Even like, okay, my daughter, the one I'm waiting for, she brought home this thing from one of her teachers that she really likes. He's a good teacher. And it was like 5 rules that men should live by. It was called like the man rules. And it was like, be humble, don't be a coward, be slow to anger, find on art, or find something to be passionate about and stand by. I was like, those are all great things. I think most good men live by some kind of creed to that. And I started thinking about it, like, if you were to advertise that you had like this motto of things that you try to live by every day, like if you were a young man and you were single and you were talking to somebody, I'm willing to bet that there's a fair number of women that would think that, oh, that gives me the ick. Like, he puts himself on this pedestal of expectations that he has. And you certainly won't find a list of women rules. And I'm not trying to say that people need to live by rules. Okay. I think just most men that are good and decent men, I like to consider myself, I hope in that category, as having certain things that they live by. I'm fiercely loyal to my family, and to the few friends that I have. And really it's more just like work acquaintances. I don't really have any real friends. I have people that care about me, and I have family, but I don't have people that like I go hang out with and do things with, and like that we're buddies with, and we like plan things. Not the way that like women have friends and go on like social things and do things together. So that leaves the people I talk to on YouTube. That's kind of an outlet. But going back, like, being a man can be really hard. And I'm sure that there's going to be some woman who comes out and says that I'm being toxic, or I'm being weak, or I'm whatever. It's this double standard sometimes that that in general, I'm not trying to say anything about anyone that I know, because I don't feel that way about anyone I know. I just know, like, you can go online, you can go to social media, you can see people, women that talk about how they struggle to find a good man that does this and that and makes this much money and cares about this. They're out there. They've just probably been so jaded by being told, like, I want a man that's strong, but also who's sensitive. I want a man who shows interest in me, but also doesn't show too much interest in me, because that comes across as like suffocating and claustrophobic, and you can see it online. Anyways, just we all know, all the men out there that are going to watch this, and this video is probably going to get like 15 views. It's fine. I don't care. If 15 people watch it, it helps them be like, you can reach out to me on my channel, on any of my socials. I'll talk to you. But I know that most men aren't going to do that. Most men aren't going to reach out to anybody if they're struggling. They're going to bury it. And they're just going to continue to suffer and feel like they're not sure if they're good enough for their families. I sometimes feel that way. I sometimes talk to my wife about it, but usually I don't. Most men will continue to just, it sometimes is like if we have flaws, it's a personal issue. If we have concerns, if we have things that we struggle with, we need to figure it out. How often do we hear that? Like, well, you need to figure that out. Like if a wife or spouse or girlfriend or something like that, if they are having an emotional day and you don't sit down and listen to them and just listen, then you're not caring. But we don't do that. We don't do that, not because we don't want to. We just don't do it because it's not going to do anything. Like, we're not going to feel better after talking about it. Most men, I think, would not struggle mentally or emotionally, or worry that they were doing the right thing or being a good parent or being a good dad or whatever, if people would just tell them. Wives, girlfriends, fiancés, kids, maybe just tell your dad every once in a while. Be like, I think you're doing a good job as a dad. Or, you're a really good husband. Maybe show some affection. Guys are very affectionate. That's why we're so motivated by physical touch. It's not just because, like, we're obsessed with sex and boobs. I mean, we like them. It's because, like, I think most of the time, most dudes just wonder if, like, most dudes probably feel like women, spouses, and everyone are just kind of afraid of them, or that they might snap and be these, like, monsters at any given point. I think people fear men, and it sucks. It sucks to feel like to be like at some level be treated like a monster by strangers and whatever. I mean, women, there was that whole thing. You chose a bear, a wild feral bear, over assuming that, you know, a random man might be moderately decent and care about your well-being. And people wonder why men have mental health issues and don't talk about it. Yeah. Anyways. Keep going. That's all we can do. Keep going. We're never going to give up. Well, I take that back. There are lots of men who give up. And it's usually permanently giving up. And I hate seeing that. Just do your best, man. Keep doing your best. I know you're doing your best. And don't give in to that demon. I talk about that a lot. Don't give in to the demon. I hope that you get the... I wish that all good men and good fathers, good husbands and fiancés, I wish that there was a way for people to see how much we hurt and how much we just want to be cherished. To be desired, to not feel like people are disgusted by us or that we're a second thought. It'd be really nice to be somebody's like first thought. It happens. It does happen. Just probably not as often as we'd want. Anyways, this is kind of a somber video, but I thought it was important because I've just seen a lot in my feeds and stuff. Believe it or not, I follow mental health stuff and I follow like suicide prevention stuff a lot because it's really important to me. Mental health and suicide prevention and like advocating for men and dads and stuff like that. So go some good resources. Well, these are pro men resources that are women. Emily W. King, Roma Army official, and the Dadvocate. Great women. I love that they are out there. I think most women hate these three women, which kind of sucks. Because I know that, like, even to a degree, I think politically I'm not aligned with these three women, but I still respect and appreciate everything that they do. And so I'm thankful that there are women that are willing to put themselves out there and kind of take the heat to advocate for men. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm here with you. Not everything's perfect. We usually, another great guy is not a woman, but another great person who kind of paints a picture of how men in general deal with things, especially men in the military and law enforcement, is Mandatory Fun Day. Austin von Leniken. Totally butchered your name, bud. Sorry. He talks about the dark humor. That's how men handle stress, and that's how we handle depression. We try to find ways to be humorous about it. We try to find ways to have fun. To a degree, like my videos, like that's part of why I do my videos, is it helps me battle some of the things that I struggle with, some of my insecurities and things like that. So, and I hope it makes you guys laugh. I hope it gives you something to look forward to, and I hope that that I make a difference, that it gives you something to push forward if you don't feel like you're getting the support that you need. I'll keep doing this. You guys know I'm not in it for the money. I don't care. If I make some money, It's good. It makes it a little bit easier for me to do content and to support my family and my kids, and especially my daughter who wants to go be a lawyer. That's going to be freaking expensive, but I'm going to do it anyways because that's what dads do. Anyhow, thanks again, everybody, and hope to see you soon.